So I have this issue with my Defender where my light assembly is the problem with my brake lights going out. Sometimes it causes the bulb to blow, but mostly there are some small pins that go into this assembly, which plugs in right here. And the pins go through and plug into this little connector here. You can see there are three little tong or little insert connectors there. Okay? So what you have is the ground, and you have these two little things that go through the light assembly and into the plug. Well, they get bent and compressed, and they get shrunk down. I have stretched these ones out so they are actually a little bit more exaggerated than they're supposed to be. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these and I am going to put them back into the holder, which is this thing. And then I am going to put this light holder back into this assembly. I apologize, I do not have a tripod or anything to hold my camera with, so I will be pausing for just a second while I do that. What I do is take a pair of needle nose pliers and put that pin into the little slots that are down here. You can see the back side there, and push it through. Then when I put it into the light assembly, I hold it down with the needle nose pliers as I connect the two, so that way I can push the little tang into the connector and make it work. So hopefully this will work. I'll get good contact and my light will work. The pins are now in the assembly. You can see from the back, it pushed the little holder out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push that holder back in with a screwdriver and then install it on the truck and put the light back in. Hopefully that works. So one thing I do, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know whether this is right or not, but we used to do it when I worked on airplanes. So what I do is I take this stuff. It's silicon dielectric grease. It's meant to keep the water out of the connector. So far I've been so good with it. But in addition to that, it actually lubes the little tangs that go into this connector and helps it slip in and out a little bit easier. So I don't know, it's kind of worked for me so far, so I just kind of keep doing it. So you can see what I've done. I've got the tabs back in there. I've hooked it up. It should be good to go now. So what I'm going to do is take this and put the bulb back in and give it an ops check. So in a Defender, this is the driver's side here, you have to turn the ignition on in order to make the brake lights work, which is obnoxious. So not only that, they're actually pretty dim, especially when the cover is not on, so you can't really tell whether your ops check is working correctly unless you have somebody to spot for you, which I do not, and you are in a place where you can see the light, which I am also not, because I don't have one. So what I have to do, make sure it's out of gear, because I have to turn the ignition on, and because this is a British spec, the Clutch does not have to be pushed down in order to make the car start. And then I take a object and stick it in the brake pedal, so that way I have something pressing down the brake so I can walk around the car and see it. This thing here is my impact sockets. It just so happens to fit between the seat and the brake pedal. The other thing I can use is sometimes I use my pedal lock, but this depends on what I'm doing. So now you can see my brake light works, and I have light. This brake assembly is just one of them that is available on Defenders. This is the other one. I had Bear Mock or John Craddock or something send me the wrong one. So that is the other light assembly. You can see that the connector is on this long wire, and if something goes wrong with the assembly, you have to replace the whole stupid thing. You can't fix it, but I'm assuming that it has less problems with pins being in the wrong place than the other one. This is the light cover. See, I can replace this. I cannot replace that as easy because these connectors have to be reconnected, and they're reconnected inside the light and the wire. But I'm going to put this back together, and hopefully it will work. Thank you for watching my video. Hopefully it's of use to you. And gotta love these Defenders, huh? Anyway, have a good day.